That's for Fox 26 News at 5:30. Well, it's always better to give than to receive. That's a lesson most of us learned from day one.
But after a turbulent economic year, charities are hoping Americans will rediscover their generosity during this holiday season. Fox 26's Greg Grugan is here to tell us more about that. Hey there, Greg.
Hey, Melissa. Americans have a pretty phenomenal record. In fact, 9 out of every 10 families give of what they have. But with lost or threatened jobs, plenty of debt, and a less than certain future, many have felt a little less compelled to share. Smack dab in the epicenter of local conspicuous consumption, a season-long call for sharing a generous slice of our still plentiful good fortune.
People in America, people in Houston, they are their brother's keepers, and they realize that.
A collective responsibility that seemed to wane in the wake of the worst financial crisis in 7 decades. From kids to critters, 2/3 of charitable operations last year suffered a drop in contributions.
Donations are down, and then the demand for services is increasing as more and more people can't care for their pets.
Among those hit the hardest, the Salvation Army. Last year, shoppers moved past the Red Kettles with disheartening regularity. Donations plummeted 17%. This year, hopes are high that the months of economic turbulence will trigger empathy.
It's called faith and trust. You know, you don't get anything unless you invest something. That's the only way you receive those blessings back.
In the voices and faces of the Harbor Light Choir, there is what's called proof of performance. It wasn't so long ago that each of these now healthy and happy men led substance-addicted lives on the street. Michael Ketchum says without the Salvation Army, it's certain he'd still be there.
Being at the center just opens your mind up, tells you, that there's more to life than what we were doing, and then we're getting it now.
Suffering the least from the slide in charitable giving, churches and religious organizations. And remember this, almost 7% of the American workforce draws a paycheck from nonprofit employers. Greg Grugan, Fox 26 News.